Hello, my viewers. Welcome. Welcome back to my Hearthstone Let's Play series. This is Northstar, and happy Valentine's Day. By the time this goes live, it'll be somewhat past, but, you know, hope you're having a better one than me. I've been pretty much a lifetime of being single, from putting massive amounts of time into my attempt to try and become a doctor, and then getting long COVID. No one really wants to date someone who's disabled and poor, because being disabled basically equates to being poor in the United States, unless you were independently very wealthy before. If you owned $1 million in stocks and bonds, you're going to be wealthy even if you get disabled, because you don't have to work to be rich under capitalism. If you're rich, rich people just walk to the mailbox and collect a dividend check and get money for that. They may also work on top of that, but just by virtue of that, now they can overspend, spend more than they're bringing in from that, and even spend themselves into poverty. But that's their own stupid fault, because all they had to do was just live within their means, and they could easily be very comfortable without working. It's funny, that's probably why they lecture the rest of us living within their means, because so many of them don't. Meanwhile, government pays you jack all for SSI and cheats a lot of people of SSDI, including myself. Didn't give me work credits for working in college or grad school, even though I worked for pay in grad school and for free research in college, and neither of those work credits. And when I worked 2 jobs at once, no work credits for a second job, because the first one already easily hit the work credit cap. And there was a job that didn't pay me the next calendar year, no work credits for that. All these nonsense rules designed to, in the way that they are calculated and enforced and such, to make sure that young people get disabled can't get disability, or rather they haven't been updated for the way work is these days. Anyways, I've got my Frost Death Knight here. I'm just gonna try and also the Blood Moon orbits once again. Giving me a taunt lifesteal if you play an adjacent card this turn, also reborn. That I should get eventually, although that would be for a Blood Death Knight, which I don't have. I don't even have the dust to craft a common card, though. I am broke indeed. 5 dust. I just had Sands of Time here, trying to figure out if it's a good card. I'm still considering getting rid of Frostmourne, even though I've gotten some use out of it. For certain, you do have to often go out of your way, alter your playstyle, which you want cards that help you win without doing that. You have to build your plans around a card. Well, a lot of times you aren't able to use the cards effectively, and sorry, what thing on my nose that's bleeding. I have the worst luck. Anyways, let's do a Death Knight match here. Hopefully win one. I'm trying to win one more, and then I'm going to go do some Hearthstone 4, where I'm carrying out a steady withdrawal as the socialist state of Syria that flipped communist in the 1930s. And in a alt history, it was already decolonized then, which is, historically it was a French colony. People really should learn maps of what countries were colonies of whom, when. I think it would give a lot more, shoot, where'd that bit of paper towel go? It was using for the blood that's coming from my nose. Oh, hold the heck on. What the... Somehow I managed to knock it aside. I know not where, and this is just the worst timing for it, because now I got a mulligan. Frostmourne, Froststrike. Death. Don't want this. Too expensive. I draw it? Sure. Oh no. I don't sure. If this fixate's not a good draw either. It's good to draw later when big minions come out, but not. Hold on, I'm gonna have to get another one. Sorry about that. Just keeps bleeding and bleeding and bleeding and bleeding. Wait, storm negates. I'm not stopping. I'm like, why is it? Oh yeah, because I take aspirin. Because long COVID comes with a risk of fatal clots. Nasty disease it is. That lead to something like a 1% chance a year of dying. Due to a heart attack or stroke, because my selfish jerk roommate came back from a business trip. He knew he was infected with COVID. Came back to the apartment anyway, crossing state lines to do it. When I was a special master's, having worked incredibly hard to become a physician. It's it's like, dude, I've worked so hard in my life to pursue my dreams. Don't you dare endanger them by doing this. And he did anyways. He refused to listen to me, even though I'd done my first graduate degree. I studied viruses. I got a graduate degree studying viruses. I knew the heck what I was talking about. Like, you're risking my life. And there's no punishment for this. If we had a just society, this guy would have honestly gone to jail for what he did. Or paid a massive fine. Because he endangered my life. And although it didn't kill me, it ruined my life. Left me disabled. And all he had to do was obey the law and quarantine in place instead of crossing state lines. Or when he came back and I insisted he do so, respect that instead of ignoring it and just staying in the apartment. Yeah, I don't think it's worth removal on a 1-2. So could have comboed that for an Acolyte of Death. I like to hold on to the coin. More discover nonsense. This guy's looking more and more like a hacker. This thing just started bleeding for no reason. I mean, that happens with the long COVID. Cuts just open up and start bleeding for no reason. Old cuts. Or wounds. Or scabs. Or whatever. And get scabs for no reason too with it.
My rule is eternal.
One more death can't hurt.
Eat the corpses. Worth noting, it won't stop bleeding. I mean, it's like it's not like life-threatening, right? It's an annoying, very slow ooze that refuses to clot. Because aspirin yeah, this guy created immense misery in my life. For the rest of my life, stole my dreams of becoming a doctor. Had straight A's in my special masters. It was a double masters actually. Special masters and something else. I definitely would have had a great future ahead of me, and it was all stolen by this jerk. Acting like the virus is nothing but a cold. Like it's not a big deal. And you can, blame MAGA for that nonsense, going around claiming it was no big deal. Spam bot detected and banned without my having to intervene.
My rule is eternal.
You could use a trim. Reach for the sky.
Better not be something that's designed to
Clear cut.
control my actions so that
Could use a trim.
I did just that. I do not like that trade very much.
Who dares disturb?
You kidding me?
Nightmares never.
We're in the manager, could be. But wait, I should check if I want to add Merwin. It's neutral, remember. Maybe I should add to this deck. Diff Frostmourne. It's probably a better performing card, actually. Parrot. I think it's worth comparing after this match. Seeing how useful Frostmourne is. It's not as useless as I figured, but it's still, as I figured, a weaker card. I'm still gonna remove it this turn.
Shall suffer.
This would be a lovely card to actually have in my deck, but not available. Don't have the copy of it.
Wait! Hide the real one! I swear!
My rule is eternal. My rule is eternal. I have but little time.
Better with just a big... Nah. But I need the draw right now. Half distracted by the stupid cut. I didn't get the ghoul out to take down a 2-1. Terrible luck. And then he gets Crusader's Aura. They can act on that. I didn't think he won their skill or something, but he won because they have a disability that forces me to protectively end up taking aspirin that leads to cut not healing.
Your slave is mine.
Might just win despite this stupid... Nope. Never mind. Had to get another Tigress plushie at this moment. Of course, synergizes the Crusader Aura. He can't attack my hero with it. He knows that rule. Or he should. But the fact he thought it would work suggests hacking. Nope. Nope, this is hacking. Didn't matter what he did, he was going to pull out exactly what he needed. Alright. Give it another... No, actually, let's mess with the collection. I'm not happy with Frostmourne. Marin. Neutral, and what are the cards it can do again? Draw 3 cards, reduce the cost by 3. It's easily... Well, I'd say it's not, it's 6 value on top of... Discover Legendary, summon 2 copies. Or draw a card for your hand with copies. Alright, I do think I want Marin somewhere in here. Also, I should look at the Unholy Death Knight while I'm at it. Problem with Frostmourne is, of course, unless you're really ahead, you take face damage, which puts you in range of lethal to use this. Might be other legendaries that are maybe a little cheaper, though. Or Dios, maybe. I don't have enough. Forward when luck, if I had fewer spells, maybe. Remaining get 2 copies. Another option. I mean, City Chief Esho would require everyone's undead. Most of my cards are. I do have a few elementals to know. Alright. Oh, well, not a shop manager. Whenever you cast a spell for your board with red minions of that cost. I mean, sure, I don't have a ton of big spells. No, actually, I don't have anything much bigger than 3 except this, which it would... Never mind. There's Gorgon Zormu. Instead of this, just removes 6 mana and has to make it up by trading. Hero takes usually almost as much damage as I get back. Cheese is a spell. No, I'm gonna do Gorgon's Armo. He's lower cost. And in a Death Knight's deck, corpses. Alright. Oh, before I forget, also, Dragon Druid. There was that legendary one I saw and it probably should play. Where's the thing? Avatar of Hearthstone, not Thunderbringer. Hero of Flights. Your first dragon each turn costs 1. So if I play this even once. Of course, this has an immediate impact. Oh. The fact that we have one elemental makes Thunderbringer better, and I have just a few beasts. Winged Guardian are mostly bigger. Huh. Do you like taunt minions? This requires that I hold the dragon, and it's below the mana curve. Barely is ahead of it. Let's get rid of the Bookworm for Thunderbringer. Alright. Try another Frost Death Knight. Shoot. And it instantly matches me to someone. It makes me go through this. Alright, I'm gonna cut this video. It's gone too long. I'll see you all next one. Take care of each other. Be kind to yourselves. May you always find a guiding star to lead you home. Adieu. And best luck.